The old saying goes, a moving rock a moving rock gathers no moss. And as one rock is about to come to a complete stop with it Welcome to Derry having its last episode coming up relatively soon, we have a brand new series to pick up and watch while we go on to the next thing and the next thing, and of course the cycle being ever constant. I'm of course talking about season 2 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And the first two episodes have dropped, so we are going to be talking about them. Episode 1 was entitled I Play Dodgeball with Cannibals, and episode 2 was titled Demon Pigeons Attack. Um, and so James Bobbin directed both of these episodes with Rick Riordan and Craig Silverstone writing episode 1 and Sarah Watson writing episode 2. In episode 1, the gang is reunited except Grover. He is mysteriously absent from the group, but in his place is a Cyclops by the name of Tyson, in which Percy and his family they picked him up during the time that they were away from camp. However, Annabelle has been having a strange vision of camp in ruins, and so they head to camp to try and put a stop to all of it from happening. And which leads us into episode 2. While they're trying to stop the camp from falling into ruin, they are holding a chariot race in which the winner is going to be given a boon, or shall we say, a prize for winning said chariot race. However, our gang is tasked with trying to find the Golden Fleece, which could help, protect the camp and help allay any worries that the camp may have. So, will they be able to win this chariot race to go on this quest to get the Golden Fleece? We'll have to wait and see. So, my history with the Percy Jackson franchise. Surprisingly, I've not read the books, even though I was probably of age when the books came out. I might have been towards the tail end of elementary school, going into middle school, when those books came out. I think, maybe. But what I certainly do remember is the movies that came out that were inspired by the books. And, they were received, I'd say, pretty warmly by everyone, right? Right? Everyone loved those movies. But then once the show got announced, everyone was so excited that, the person who wrote the books is going to be involved in this, and he's going to do the books right. And I watched season 1, which was essentially that first movie. And I thought it was actually really, really good. I thought it was better than the movie, obviously. And I thought everyone in the cast did an absolutely amazing job acting and performing and all that stuff. Walker Scobell, Liev, Sava, Jeffries, Arian, Simhadri, Dior Goodjohn, Daniel Deemer. Daniel Deemer's in this cast, but Charles Bushnell, and also some appearances like Jason Mantzoukas, as well as Lin-Manuel Miranda also showing up as Hermes. And I also have to give, this series already has brownie points with me because Edge is in this. Cope, he's in this as Ares. Like, I'm going to watch this show if a wrestler's in it. Like, come on. And I think he's, like, really good as Ares in Season 1. And I look forward to seeing him again in Season 2. So, Episode 1, we get caught up with everybody. But Grover, of course, he's out, on his search for Pan. But Luke's crew, of course, Luke was the traitor that was revealed at the end of Season 1. Luke's assembled a crew, and they are trying to find this strand of, like, fabric that was on Pan's, what is it called? Pan flute. There we go. I think that's the term for it, pan flute. But Grover is able to get away, but he is sucked into the ocean by, my assumption is, a kraken. But we catch up with everybody else. Percy, we get to meet Tyson for the first time, and we also get to see Annabelle, or Annabeth. Annabelle. Oh, God. Annabeth. There we go. Jesus. I swear, it's like in one ear and out the next one. Annabeth comes over and tells Percy about, her dreams. He tells her about his dreams, so on and so forth. So they decide to just go to camp. And once they get there, they are attacked by giants. Tyson is not able to enter camp because he is a Cyclops, and monsters aren't allowed in camp. Annabeth makes the exception and grants him access, but a giant is able to sneak in, but he is quickly vanquished by Dior Goodjohn's character, Clarice, who is the daughter of Ares. And we are also introduced to, let me see here. Timothy Simmons' character, Tantalus, who is cursed with not being able to eat anything, because if he touches food, he will, I think the wording was, he will no longer be hungry, if I remember correctly. Which, that absolutely has to suck, by the way. That curse, that's absolutely horrible. So Tantalus is the new head of the camp, replacing Chiron. There we go. I was like, trying to remember his name. Chiron. And it is Tantalus who makes the idea for the chariot race that is going to be run relatively soon. But of course, Percy, always getting into trouble. He and Tyson are sent to their rooms. No exceptions. They're going to be in their rooms. But they are still wanting to try and get some information. So they have Annabeth try and do some sleuthing of her own, which leads into episode 2. Oh, and before we get into episode 2, I should also mention that the tree that used to be Thalia was poisoned by Luke because he is working for Cronus at this point, and basically trying to bring the camp to its knees, essentially. So he's poisoned the tree, which helps with the barrier. Alright, moving on to episode 2. the chariot race is going to happen, and of course, Percy, being, the type of kid he is, he finds a loophole in the camp rule book that says that all campers must be able to participate in camp activities, which is how he was able to get out of his room. But in the meanwhile, Annabeth has gone into what used to be Chiron's office and had a chat with Chiron about what is going on in the camp. And Chiron basically tells Annabeth to go on a quest. Well, he can't grant her the access of going on a quest because he's not at the camp. But he basically, you have to go on a quest to try and find the golden fleece, which is hidden in the Sea of Monsters, which, going back to episode 1, Percy heard the numbers 30, 35, 75, 21. No, not 21, 12. From both Grey Sisters and Grover in his dreams. Which, by the way, I should have also mentioned. Annabeth, Grover, and Percy are able to see each other in their dreams because they are friends. So, and yes, I did make a Google of it in my phone, and the numbers are 30, 31, 75, 12. And it is just off the coast of Florida, really close to the Bermuda Triangle, which is where the Sea of Monsters is located. And then leads us to the chariot sequence, which I thought the chariot sequence was actually helmed pretty well in this. Lots of wide angle shots because, I mean, let's be honest, I don't think they're going to have, kids on, moving chariots and actually doing it practically. But it looked really good while it was there, or when they were shooting it, I should say. But before the chariot race had even started, there were all these demon pigeons above the camp. They were just bumping into the force field. They couldn't get in. Towards the tail end of the race, the Ares chariot is trying to crash everybody. They're trying to get to the front. Of course, the Ares chariot led by Clarice. But in all of the commotion that's going on the track, the demon pigeons, they got in. And so they're pecking at campers and staff until Annabeth and Percy make the connection that they don't like high-pitched sounds, which leads to, I think, probably the funniest thing in the episode. They dig out one of Chiron's old tapes. They put it in the boombox, press play, and it's Mariah Carey. And I found that absolutely hysterical. The demon pigeons all scurry away, and a meeting is held. And Tantalus is like, well, it appears as though, yes, the field around the camp is weakening. So 3 of you must go on a quest. And there's only one person that is capable of doing such a thing, not backing down from a fight, and in fact bracing it head on. Clarice. She did not stop. She continued on with the race. So she gets to go on this quest, and she gets to choose 2 other people. She chooses Annabeth, but because of something Chiron said to Annabeth, Clarice doesn't pick Percy to go on that quest. But Percy decides to take it on his own, and he's going to go and do this quest on himself. But he has a conversation with his dad saying, look, I know you're my dad. I know you care about me. Maybe. And plus, and I should have also mentioned this in episode 1 as well, it was also revealed that Tyson is Percy's brother. So that's why they were living in the same, I was going to say cabin, but room, essentially. So Percy's like, on top of, me having a brother, I just want to know if you are going to interfere with me going into this. Just give me a sign. And who walks up but Hermes? And he's giving him all this stuff because, well, he wants to help him out. And, potentially maybe get back with his son. And Percy's like, Hermes, I don't think your son is worth saving. But Hermes is like, if there's anything that I've learned from the eons of living, it's that you don't cross your back on your family. Your family, even though they might deserve it, it's your family still. You have to look out for your family. And it was also really happy to see Lin-Manuel back at it once again as Hermes. But Tantalus catches Percy trying to escape, and Annabeth is also there, and they are just coming to blows. Not just at the fact of, keeping secrets, but also in the fact that, they hardly ever contacted each other while they were away from camp. And, some bitter feelings are being exchanged. But like I said, Tantalus catches them. Tyson makes the save and pushes the boat out into waters, and Tantalus tries to fire a crossbow at them. Is unsuccessful at sinking their ship or hitting one of them. And so they are making their way to the cruise ship that is out in the distance. And that is where episode 2 ends off. So yeah, that is basically my recap / review of the first 2 episodes of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Season 2. I'm really liking how this is set up so far. I really like the time element, because there was a time element to Season 1 where they had to find the lightning bolt at a certain point before hell breaks loose, essentially. And now they have a time limit because Tantalus said, the shield is good, at least for this week. So they have another 7 days to go and find the golden fleece to try and repair the tree, which will repair the field that's around the camp. But yeah, some pretty solid writing, really solid performances. I'm digging it so far, and rest assured you can look forward to more Percy Jackson related content in the coming future, as we are going to cover this series, or should I say season, until it ends. But until the next time we cover this series, be safe out there, and remember, if you are having a bit of a strenuous relationship with your parents, sometimes going to camp might make your relationship a bit stronger. Or it could just send you hurtling into an adventure where, death is around every corner and you're fighting monsters, cyclopses, and demigods, and actual gods. So, my suggestion is maybe try and kiss and make up at the house. It's just my suggestion. And I will catch you guys next time.